Hey, this is Derek again. How you doing? Hope you enjoyed the first class. We're here at the Nightmare, and it's Saturday night. Things are kicking, and you know what? This is Team Dynamics. The Nightmare brings together the best team in the world here at the Guts Church. You know, it's just more than what we have at services. You know, it takes a lot at services to, excuse me, let me say that again.
Let's start over.
No, honey, it's a... Listen, if I mess up, I keep rolling.
Oh, I recorded it. I'm recording.
You're recording now?
Yeah.
Okay. My camera person is my wife, so I can't get mad at her.
Even though you are.
No. Hey, this is Derek Toninato, Team Dynamics Class 2, Episode 2, and we're at the Nightmare on Saturday night. It's kicking, it's in full force. You can see the NASCAR trailer behind us here, and you know what? The Nightmare brings together the greatest team in the world here at the Guts Church. Everybody chips in, does their part. We got several different teams, whether it's the cast, wardrobe, makeup, security, parking, ministry tent, hospitality. You got all these different areas, and we come together in unity and bring this thing together to save people's souls, to get people healed, to get people with a fresh start for God. It's awesome. I tell you what, I've been on hockey teams, I've been on athletic teams, I've been on business teams. You know what? There really is no better team to be on than on a team in the Nightmare. You come to the Nightmare, man, you get to see what synergy is. You get to see what unity is. You get to see what just a common goal and common people just working together, putting it all together to achieve one thing, and that's to get people saved and to rally the church. So it's very cool. You know what? You got to commit to your leadership. And actually what we're going to talk about is that, you know what? You got to have a structure to every team. You know, with that means you got to have leaders, and you got to have managers, and you got to have people that do the work. And guess what? Everybody's a part of the team. But the Word says this. The Word says that everybody plays a part on that team. Everybody has an individual role on that team. No one's better than the other, but you're all individually members of the same body, is what 1 Corinthians says. So you know what? Commit to your leadership. Commit to each other. The Word says to submit to each other. And you know what? Things go well on the team. That's how unity works. Okay, we're back at the entrance of the Nightmare. This is where the public goes through. We're just going to walk through a little bit here. But like what we were touching on earlier is that, you know, you got to have structure every team, and then you know what? The people on the team need to be submitted to leadership. Those are the 2 points that make unity work. If you don't have structure, no one's in charge, and you got a bunch of cluster, kind of like at the Tower of Babel. They couldn't understand each other. They didn't know who's doing what. Well, it's the same thing. If you don't have clear leadership, then you got like a bunch of chiefs and no Indians, right? So it's not going to work. So you got to have your structure. You got to have a leadership structure in place, but then you got to be submitted to your leaders also. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey.
Will call ladies, doing real good.
Great.
Woohoo!
And anyway, so those are 2 huge points that got to happen for unity to occur on a team. We're walking up through the contraband area. It's starting to clear out, which is good. It was packed earlier, man, out the door, which is awesome. It's nearing the end of the night. And so you can see we got security people here. And look at Chano. Look at Chano. So what's up, Chano?
Tacos.
This is my second mile class, Team Dynamics. Come here, I gotta get a word from you.
Well, I make sure my team stays happy by bringing a monster so they make it all night. That's good.
We were just talking about unity and how you got to have structure on the team, and then the people on the team need to be submitted to the leadership. What besides that, what is the most important thing that you would see that needs to happen on a team for it to be successful?
Good communication. Everybody knows what's going on and their role and what they're supposed to be doing and what's expected of them. And that all comes from them asking questions and you answering questions and you trying to fill them with as much information as you can on the front end. But just make sure there's an open line of communication so that, you know, the team can grow and get better.
That's good. You know what? And here at the Nightmare, this is the greatest team on the earth, isn't it?
True.
We were talking about that early, man. Just come to a Nightmare work night. Come to a Nightmare show night, and you can just find communication. You see the leadership's in place. Everybody's submitted. We got one team going towards one goal. It's awesome, isn't it? And Chano here runs the cast, does a phenomenal job. I want to give him props. Great guy. Great cast. We went through tonight too, by the way. It was really good.
It's strong.
Good night tonight.
It's a good night.
I think it's because they all have monsters.
They only got about 3 hours left, but this will get them through the night.
All right, thanks. So anyway, that's Chano Trevino running the cast. Click it. Okay, so we're coming up to the Wander Waiver area security. has got it on lockdown. This is just another aspect of the team where we make sure everybody is, signing that waiver, make sure everybody is getting wanted. You're heading out? Come on.
No, I didn't know you were on.
Oh, that's all right. This is Clay Cable,
How you
staff
doing?
manager, team dynamics. We talked about unity and leadership having to be in place on a team, and then your team got to be submitted to leadership.
Yeah.
Besides that, what do you think is the most important thing that would have to happen on a team for it to be successful?
I think all three of those, when you put them together, if you're unified and then you're committed, that's huge. But then if you have to listen to leadership, if you're not submitted to the leadership of the organization, if you're on an athletic team or in a business, if you don't submit, then you'll never be successful. So that'd probably be the biggest thing for me, that you're a part of the team and that you're submitted to the vision of
Exactly.
the organization, and then being unified. from
Well,
there.
even like in a family, if your kids don't listen to your parents, it just doesn't work.
Right.
And then the kids go astray after a while too. So, I mean, we can see examples of it all over in our lives. But what's cool is in Acts 15, they have an account of something happening in the Word where Paul and Barnabas were preaching to the Gentiles, and then some Jews came down from Antioch, and they said, "No, you have to be circumcised." And Paul and Barnabas were like, "No, you don't." You know what I mean? And so they had this little discussion. But what they did, rather than saying, "I'm right, you're wrong, and you're right, I'm wrong," they agreed to go to leadership in Jerusalem, which was the 12 apostles. And they went there, and I hope you guys read Acts 15 like I asked you to last time, because you know what I'm talking about right now. But so they went to Jerusalem, and they went to the apostles of the Lamb in Jerusalem, and they made the decision. And you know what? The word says this, that they came to a decision, and everybody was encouraged. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
They did the right thing. They said, "Hey, listen, we're not the be-all, end-all here. We're on the same team. Let's go to leadership and see what they say," because obviously it was a big deal,
Yeah.
especially back then. It was such a cultural thing to get circumcised as a Jewish person, and that was your right to go to heaven.
Well, I think what's cool in that is that when you do submit to the leadership, then the morale is strong. And when you're committed together and you're unified, then it's almost like you're submitting to something, and then
That's right.
you're excited about it. And I tell you what, on a team, when the morale's high, you're gonna win every time. When things are exciting and you're going to the same place, and if you're going for a championship and you guys know that if you do this you're gonna win, then people are gonna be excited. So
Yeah.
I think that's huge of just people being excited, people going the same place, the same route.
And that, what's awesome? We're here at the Nightmare, and this is what we're doing. This is it right here. I mean, everybody's
My
submitted.
friends,
Hey,
my peeps.
All right,
all in,
come back
baby.
here, guys.
All right, come on, fellas.
Act like you got some sense, fellas. Hey, Gracie.
Hi.
That's Pastor Bill. Darn it. Trying to get a little something from him, but he's in a hurry. So anyway, just got some kids expressing in the Nightmare. Anyway, we were talking about how, that's what happens here at the Nightmare. Man, everybody just buys in. Everybody listens to the leadership. You know what? Yeah, there's some disagreements here and there, but guess what? We bring it to the people that are put in place to make the right decision, and it encourages everybody. And the Nightmare is a success every year. People get saved. You know what? A lot of things happen here that helps the church. We get rallied as a church, which is the main reason we do it. Everybody here gets synergized, gets energized, gets refreshed. And that's huge, man. That's huge to this local body here at the church.